Welcome to another great episode of the Lewis Dispatch. We're broadcasting from the Haunted Theater on campus. I'm Courtney Everett.
And I'm Saul Ortega. Today's focus is on Halloween and many other fall activities that students may be doing.
And what's Halloween without carving pumpkins, right?
I know what you mean. I know a lot of family members who have been doing this for ages.
Me too. And what's the best place to get your pumpkins? Well, it's Dollinger Family Farm. Here is Sean O'Brien with the scoop.
Jack-o'-lanterns, pie, even ice cream. Pumpkins are considered one of the trademark symbols of fall, particularly October. And if you're still in need of some, local Dollinger's Family Farm in Shanahan, Illinois might be able to help you out. Located on East Tanzell Road, the farm opens itself up to the public every year around this time, giving people the chance to walk around and, of course, find some pumpkins to take home. But pumpkins aren't the only thing to see at Dollinger's. There are a number of activities for children and families to do together over the whole farm, ranging from an expansive playground to a miniature train ride to hay cart rides throughout the entire farm. I was able to talk with Noreen Dollinger about how the pumpkin farm got started, as well as some of the other things that the farm does, such as field trips from local schools.
I was at home with young children, and it was a way for the kids and I to help out and start a business and teach the kids how a business works, and it's something that I could do to help the family out financially and also be teaching the kids something all at the same moment. And we do an educational program. We usually lasts about an hour, depending on the school's needs and what they've selected. They may have a train ride or they may not. But my educational portion of the program talks about wild animals, farm animals, Native Americans. In our 1 hour field trip, we touch on 30 of the Illinois Learning Standards. So I've been working at that curriculum for a while to make it productive for the teachers also.
For those perhaps looking for something on the scary side of things, Dollinger's has that as well.
Behind me is the entrance to Abyss, the haunted house attraction here at Dollinger's Farm.
During the day, a lights-on version of the haunted house is available for younger kids to go through. Night, on the other hand, is a different story, as the lights go off and actors are present that are not there during the day. I was able to speak with one of the co-owners of Abyss, Tim Angler, who talked about how Abyss was started and the thought process that goes into creating a haunted house.
My brother-in-law, which is my partner in it, he actually came across a haunt that was for sale and ended up buying the haunt, started setting it up and needed help, and he's like, well, what would it take for you to help me do this? I'm like, well, we become partners and I'll help you as much as I can. So and that's how the whole thing started for me. This year was in 2006. It was our first year we ran the haunt. We were at the next to the Rialto in Joliet. The following year, it didn't work out there, so unfortunately we didn't have a location. In 2008, we ended up going out to Route 6. There was a building over there. We did it for a couple of years there, and then that's when we were approached by Dollinger's and decided to come here.
What's the matter? You don't like games?
Well, we obviously we want to try to make it scary for the customer. Try to get the flow that works. We try to come up with ideas. My brother-in-law, he's the one who comes up with most of the ideas. We do, I've come up with some too, but I'm the one who does main construction and everything, and he's the one who comes up with the ideas as artist. So, but yeah, we talk about what we think would work. There's times where we'll start setting something up. It's kind of like, this isn't really going to work. Let's, change it or do something different.
From pumpkins to corn mazes to things straight out of your nightmares, Dollinger's Pumpkin Farm has a multitude of things to do in the month of October.
Dollinger's Farm is open to the public during the pumpkin season that runs from September 24th to October 30th from 10 to 6:30 p.m. For the Lewis Dispatch, I'm Sean O'Brien.
One of our own Lewis students has qualified for double mini trampoline world championships in November. She will be representing Team USA. Here to give us more on the story is Courtney Everett.
For some, the trampoline is a simple backyard activity, yet for others, it's a highly competitive sport, even for a 19-year-old. Since the age of 4, Crystal Lowell has been competing in trampoline. Lowell has earned a total of 49 national championships since taking her first title in 1998.
Like, people always think I look calm out there, but I'm really a nervous wreck.
Although her journey began at a young age, her parents saw potential from the start.
We recognized that compared to the other kids in some of the classes that she was attending, that she had some potential. And when she was 5, she won her first national championship.
Something she enjoyed doing. I mean, we would put her in dance. She's tried soccer, she tried basketball, she tried different things, and this is the one thing she always went back to.
Since 2000, trampoline has been an Olympic event consisting of twists, somersaults, and dismounts. Every year, gymnasts gather to compete in the World Championship Games. This year, the local Lewis University student will be competing in the double mini trampoline.
Double mini consists of 2 elements, and you have either a spotter or a mounter trick as your first skill, and then you have dismounter trick, and the whole objective of double mini is to not hit the red and to land in the box.
While Lowell makes being a senior elite gymnast look easy, her complex routine takes hard work and dedication.
I'm in the gym about 6 days a week for about 3.5 hours a day. So it's a lot.
U.S. coach Joseph Pierce is also working hard to prepare Lowell for the November competition in England.
My main goal with her, it's her first time, is to make finals. That's the big gig right now, is to make finals, and hopefully I'm preparing her for that.
As the World Championship approaches, Crystal has high hopes that she will be the lead for the United States. Facilities like this one give her a great chance for the 2016 Olympic Games. Although her schedule is hectic, Lowell continues to receive straight A's as a criminal justice major.
When I'm in class, sometimes I'm doing like ankle exercises in the back.
The 19-year-old is jumping her way to an early graduation this May. I'm Courtney Everett, WFLY TV.
You're watching. You're watching.
You're watching. LUTN. LUTN.
LU.
You're watching LUTN.
Today is a new day, new demands, new expectations, new opportunities. At Lewis University, our innovative programs give you the skills you need to compete, succeed, and excel in today's ever-changing world. We prepare the next educators, nurses, police officers, pilots, and business leaders. Whether on campus or online, Lewis University provides relevant academic programs to advance the careers of our undergraduate, graduate, and adult students.
You've seen them around campus, but do you really know what they do? Let's check out the Belgarth Group, an organization who is more than just swords and shields. Here is Saul Ortega with this report.
The Lewis University Belgarth Club, or the Medieval Combat Society, is a great way for students to relieve stress while at the same time having a lot of fun. Have you ever done battle with toy swords as a kid? Well, Belgarth Club is a great way for you to reawaken your inner child. The Belgarth Club is a fun way to imitate medieval combat. It is open to any student who is willing to join. You are provided with swords and shields and attempt to bring each other down by hitting specific areas of the body. Julius, the president of the Belgarth Club, explains more in detail.
Belgarth is a national organization, and we just decided to start up a branch here last spring. It started when a couple of my friends, they introduced me to it, and I thought that, you know, with how much I liked it, I thought that others had to enjoy it as much as I would, so I started on the paperwork to get it official.
The rules of the game are pretty simple. You have your foam weaponry, which you use to hit the opposing players. If you get hit in the arms or legs, you lose that appendage. If you get hit in the chest or back, that's considered a death. Any 2 limbs is a death. Headshots are illegal for obvious safety reasons. Other than that, it's pretty much just be safe and have fun.
We play different games like Line Wars, which is basically you get 2 teams and you go up against each team and kill as many people as possible.
King of the Hill is a game where a certain number of people, determined by how many people are participating, try to defend a particular area while keeping everyone away and not losing any limbs.
We play Kill Your Killer, which is basically like everyone goes at it, a free-for-all.
The zombie game, you start on 2 separate teams, and once someone dies, they can be brought back to life by their team's necromancer. When they are back alive, they have to limp or drag a leg as if they're a zombie, but they can still fight for their necromancer.
There are a variety of weapons and equipments to choose from, each with their own advantages and disadvantages.
Some of the basic weapons, basic sword, just like a sword, it's got 2 stabbing ends, the other ends do nothing. Daggers are stabbing-only weapons. They're useful to have kind of clipped on your belt. There's a very, very short sword. This is technically a sword, even though it looks like a knife. This is something that a lot of people tend to keep on their hip. We've got an axe. Again, just like a real axe, you've only got 2 ends that are lethal. Smaller, lighter weapon, good for shields. Got a club, which is, you can hit on any surface of this silver portion, as well as this is also made that you can stab with it. And there's a glaive. This is a very large sword on a very large stick. It allows for a long range as well as providing a more powerful hit that can break a shield.
If you are wondering if it hurts to be hit with one of those weapons, there is no need to worry.
They're made of either a fiberglass or a PVC core with a type of foam surrounding them. This makes it actually safer and it hurts less than a lot of Nerf bats.
It's fun for anyone who's interested, doesn't really favor either gender, and if you're interested, come out and give it a try.
Join Bellegarde, it's a lot of fun.
We meet every Tuesday and every Wednesday from 3:30 to 6:30 both days in the field house.
If you are willing to accept the challenge and face worthy opponents, pick up a sword and shield and get ready to do battle. This is Saul Ortega, WFOY TV News. Lewis University's own radio station WLRA is located on the 2nd floor of De La Salle Hall. Being a college disc jockey sure is an interesting experience. Amanda Forrest gives us an inside look.
If you've turned your TV to Channel 6 or turned your dial to 88.1 FM, you've heard the mysterious sounds of WLRA. No, not those sounds. That's better. WLRA is Lewis University's radio station, broadcasting 24/7 from rock to country and everything in between. Veronica Pixie Matthey, a third-year broadcasting student, is the host of Nerd Talk.
It's radio for nerds. We did a lot of news to start out with, and we do a little bit less of that now that we've become more of an opinion-based talk show. We review video games one every week, sometimes more if they're small. And on occasion we'll do a movie review if we feel like it's in genre.
It started as a simple intro to radio student show.
It started as a thing for my intro to radio class here at Lewis. When starting Nerd Talk, first I decided that if I was going to do radio, I wanted to talk. And if I was going to talk, I was going to talk about something that I knew. And games have been a part of my life for so long that it seemed like the natural choice for me.
But has blossomed into something more.
Nerd Talk in its current form has only been on the air for about 2 years. It took me a while to basically find the right co-host. And so I drifted with a couple. But when I did, Pixie and Sen just kind of stuck together.
Nerd Talk even gets some sponsors for on-air events, such as the Tequila DJ Marathon and other Nerd Talk contests.
I've been going around to local businesses and having them sponsor the show by donating items for the charity.
Hosting a radio show may seem easy. However, there is a lot of background work to create an awesome final product.
Usually we spend the whole week planning. We'll try to have an idea of the main course, what video game we're going to be reviewing for next week's show. We'll try and have that so that we can announce it on that week's show. Sometimes this doesn't work. Sometimes a lot of candidates come up that we think, oh, this would be a good review, or this would be a good review. And then it's hard to pick. Sometimes we've decided we want to review, say, Gears of War 3. That's a hot AAA title, and by the time we get to the video rental place, it is gone. And so we've had to quickly adjust and go, okay, well, what else can we do?
Even with a demanding Nerd Talk schedule, Veronica still finds time for Halloween fun.
For Halloween, I spend most of my year building costumes for conventions. I'm usually in the process of building a costume or putting the final touches on something or repairing a costume.
And if you're looking for something to spice up your Halloween, Veronica has some helpful suggestions.
We reviewed the Fright Night movie remake. That's honestly the most fun I've had at the theater all year.
Jumping forward, Veronica hopes the Nerd Talk empire will continue to grow.
I hope to get Nerd Talk Productions off the ground. More specifically, I hope to turn this into a production studio of all kinds.
Nerd Talk averages 150 downloads in the days following the live broadcast. Plus, Pixie and Sen have over 200 fans on Facebook. You can catch Nerd Talk live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. For the Lewis Dispatch, I'm Amanda Foresta.
Be there Tuesday nights.
Recently, Lewis University announced a historic $30 million campaign, Touching Hearts and Minds, to fund a proposed addition to the Lewis Science Center, where students are making new discoveries every day.
For the first time, I enjoyed the environment, teachers, students. It makes you feel really comfortable.
Jose's that rare guy who combines intelligence and determination and drive.
Be a part of the Touching Hearts and Minds campaign.
Haunted houses give visitors unexpected spooks and scares. For one family in Plainfield, this haunted house is a little closer to home. Here is Colleen Henry and Brett Lyons wrapping up this week's program with an exclusive look at a homemade haunted house.
A haunted house so close to home, you could say it's practically in your own backyard. Literally, that's the case for homeowners Danny and Tammy Cryan in Plainfield. Their haunted house, Souls of the Forsaken, began years ago when Dan and Tammy decorated their backyard as a way to entertain the neighborhood and get into the Halloween spirit. That tradition of simply decorating has evolved into a massive backyard extravaganza.
My wife Tammy, she actually started it. We put a couple different props out. It was Freddy and a Jason. And it just started from there. Then we found out about Trans World, which is a Halloween convention for the pro hunters. We got in there and it's like Disney World. We just bought a whole bunch of props from them and it just exploded.
The process of building this mammoth creation takes months of preparation and execution. As Dan explains, the work never stops. This is a year-round commitment.
I build everything, all the structures. I build most of the props myself. Some are store-bought. It just takes a lot of time. I start building like as soon as I'm done with the season. So in November, I'll start building all for next year again, different various props. I build like almost 100% of the structure myself. So I start August 1st. And it takes exactly like 2 months. Like to the day I open, I'll still be messing around, trying to run around and get everything done. It's a chore to do, but I just like to do it for the community. It's a safe environment for everybody to come with their kids.
This is the debut season for the Haunted House's Insane Asylum theme that features a comprehensive walkthrough of zombies and plenty of unexpected surprises. First, visitors will enter through the backyard fence into a debriefing area.
Good evening, I'm Mike Gano. We interrupt this program to bring you this important news bulletin.
A television newscast explains that dead bodies all across the world are uncontrollably coming back to life, and there's nothing that humans can do to stop it. From there, the house continues into a hospital wing where you can walk up close and personal with the patients. Next, spectators witness an overrun break room where a young woman tries to escape alive. A quick crawl through the broken refrigerator takes you into the torture chamber. The bodies of those experimented upon remain half alive. There's even an execution wing where one patient undergoes a fatal shocking. Once escaping from the horror of the torture chamber, the next door leads into the children's wing. The bodies of the insane children occupy the cribs and the beds. From there, the next stop is a mechanical room with pipes and ducts covered in cobwebs. A small gate is opened, and the crawl to salvation begins. Complete the tight maze, and you'll wind up in the outdoor recreational area. If you can stay away from the dangerous dogs, freedom is yours.
The backyard was the same for 2 years. This is the first year that we switched it up. Just give it a different flavor so everybody gets different stuff to see.
So other than the fact that the impressive structure is built and operated by homeowners, what makes the backyard of Dan and Tammy Cryan's Plainfield residence so special? The Cryans
don't collect a single cent as profit. The couple encourages all participants to donate a can or box of non-perishable food as admission. The Cryans then store the food until a local food pantry can come and collect their donation. Boxes upon boxes of food pile up along the backyard, garage, and dining room.
We teamed up with Green Harvest Food Depository, which is they're really nice people. The organization that I sort of collect food for is the Haunts Against Hunger. They do that, and they get involved with all the haunts. So everybody collects for whoever their food pantries, whoever they're collecting for. And you just come and just drop it off, and then just get tons of food. It's just really good for the community. They love it. Actually, they contacted us because last year we had got so much food that they were just amazed. The whole community, actually, all my neighbors get involved, my son's friends from school, my wife's friends from work, just people that just drive by. Can I act? I'm like, go ahead.
This season's haunted house runs on Fridays and Saturdays during the month of October from 7 to 10 p.m. and on Halloween night from 6 to 9 p.m. For more information and directions on how to get to Souls of the Forsaken, visit them online at www.soulsoftheforsaken.com. It's guaranteed to be a scary good time. I'm Brett Lyons.
What a unique idea that a homemade haunted house could benefit a food pantry.
Well, it certainly makes me wish that Halloween would happen every day.
Well, that concludes another episode of the Lewis Dispatch. Make sure to tune in on Friday to catch another episode featuring food that may leave you a little hungry. I'm Courtney Everett.
And I'm Saul Ortega.
And from all of us at the Lewis Dispatch, have a wonderful day and an even better tomorrow.